Good morning. So thank you for joining us in this workshop, establishing and reinforcing the collaboration between industry and academia. This workshop is held among many activities in the development curricula for artificial intelligence and robotics project, which is a European Erasmus Plus, which is funded by the Erasmus Plus program. So as the title of the workshop suggests, the purpose of this workshop is to discuss the opportunities and the challenges related to the industry-academia collaboration. The outcome of this workshop is expected to be a set of guidelines that can be used to facilitate and empower this collaboration. So the program of this workshop, probably you have received it. Let me just hide this. Okay, so basically we will have two sessions. In the first session and after the opening message by Professor Inam Khalaf, we will have 4 speeches back to back. Afterwards, we will have 20 minutes break. Then in the second session, basically, the main event is the panel discussion session in which we have gathered experts in the area of industry academia collaboration, and we will discuss with them many aspects related to this issue. Afterwards, we will collect some feedback from the audience through a 5-minute survey. So let me start by welcoming Professor Inam Khalaf to deliver her welcoming and opening message.
In the name of God, the merciful, the compassionate. Dear colleagues and estimated guests honoring us with their presence online and in person. Good morning. May I start by bringing the greetings of the President of the University of Jordan, His Excellency Professor Nadir Abedat, to all of you. His support and motivation to this collaborative project is unlimited. It is a great honor for me to meet today with the elite of academics and pioneers from industry who join us here in the campus of the University of Jordan to witness the workshop on establishing and reinforcing the collaboration between industry and academia as part of developing curricula for artificial intelligence and robotics project, which is implemented under the framework of Erasmus and capacity building in higher education fund. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, as you may be aware, the University of Jordan is the first and the largest leading university in Jordan in terms of education, research, and innovation, offering more than 262 programs for graduate and undergraduate students, distributed among I think I'm doing something with the laptop, sorry. In Jordan, in terms of education, research, and innovation, offering more than 260 different programs distributed among 24 schools. Further, UJ has achieved advanced position in various international rankings. With a profile full of achievements, the spirit of maintaining the constant leading global standing is still burning. For this purpose, UJ acknowledges the important role partner higher education institutions play in supporting the university in achieving its goals and in keeping pace with development and internationalization. UJ has always been a pioneer in enhancing the quality of higher education it offers. Our gathering today comes in line with the UJ invaluable effort to seize every and each chance to enhance reform and restructure its philosophy and approach to education. As you all are aware, that the field of artificial intelligence and robotics are the leading innovation in changing the ways of living all over the globe. And here at the University of Jordan, have always embraced continuous evolvement of courses and curricula in all courses taught at our university, and especially the fields related to technology. As part of this mission for uninterrupted development, Professor Ghait Ababne and his team members, all of you yani, have been working hard on one of the innovative projects aiming in delivering the curricula in the area of artificial intelligence and robotics through new master's and bachelor's programs. These programs will give students opportunities to specialize in artificial intelligence and robotics techniques, or use artificial intelligence solutions, develop intelligent solutions, and to solve non-traditional problems. Actually, we will need them and we will use them to help us in many things. We need it very badly at the University of Jordan, and I think in all sectors. Also building a network of highly qualified professionals in these fields and improving cooperation among partner universities with local and regional industries and the community to apply artificial intelligence and robotics technology in solving industry and community problems. At UJ, approaches its 60th anniversary. We are proud of our ability to cope with the ever-changing mechanisms and to maintain sustainability within the scope of higher education. Indeed, such goals cannot be achieved without collaboration with national and international institutions, with the European Commission as the standout partner of these. Accordingly, the implementation of capacity building in higher education projects, such as this project, came as a direct result of UJ's continuous quest of internationalization and networking. Such joint projects bring us together with colleagues from various institutions for the sake of one goal, that is uplifting the quality of higher education and learning outcomes in a very important specialty. In addition to meeting one of the strategic objectives of our university, to offer joint graduates programs in partnership with international universities and international institutions. This is actually one of our strategic objectives at the University of Jordan. Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, to conclude my speech, I believe that despite all the difficulties brought by the pandemic situation, we all see all efforts to foster mutual cooperation, and I personally believe that the best is yet to come. Thank you all for your efforts and kind attention. I actually am very happy and looking forward to this program and waiting for you to finish it and complete and to have the student at the different university and with this collaboration. Thank you all for this initiative. It's very important.
Thank you, Professor Inam, for your words. And I take this chance actually to thank the administration of the University of Jordan for all kinds of supports that it provided to the DCARE project since its inception. Our next speech is delivered by Professor Ghait Abanda. He is the General Project Coordinator for the DCARE project, and he is a professor in the Computer Engineering Department at the University of Jordan.
Good morning. I'd like to start with welcoming all of you in this workshop, and I'd like to thank Professor Inam for opening this workshop and for her encouraging words and for her continuous support. I'd like also to thank Professor Nasser Al-Hnati and the College of Engineering for their continuous support of such projects. I'd like to welcome our partners who are joining us here in this room and through the Zoom meeting. We have partners from 6 countries, and I welcome everybody who is joining this session. Also, I'd like to thank my colleagues and our partners in this consortium for their continuous efforts in making this project a successful project. I'd like also to thank Professor Iyad Ja'far and the rest of our colleagues for preparing this workshop. My speech or my talk is a small one. I only want to give some idea about this project. Developing a curricula for artificial intelligence and robotic, DCARE for short. This project has an important main goal. This goal is to prepare, educate, and graduate students who can use artificial intelligence and robotics to solve problems, to start businesses, and to contribute to our modern economy. We are going to do this mainly by establishing a new master's program in artificial intelligence and robotics in the University of Jordan, and in establishing a bachelor program in intelligent systems engineering in the university, in Tafila Technical University. Also, we are updating about 10 programs in Jordanian and Lebanese universities in the areas of artificial intelligence and robotics. This project has started in mid-January last year and is supported by 850,000 euro by the Erasmus Plus project from the European Union. Our partners are from 6 countries: from Jordan, the University of Jordan, the Jordan University of Science and Technology, and Tafila Technical University. From Lebanon, we have Lebanese University and Beirut Arab University. From Italy, we have 2 universities, the University of Pisa and the University of Genoa. From Spain, we have the University of Granada. From Germany, University of Stuttgart, and from Greece, the NGO Creative Thinking Development. Okay, شكرا. In addition to the main goal, we have these specific goals. I would like to draw your attention to SO6, which is related to this workshop, which is improving collaboration with the local, regional, and European industry and community. This program, this project has extensive reach. We are updating or introducing 45 courses, and we are organizing 19 training courses that will benefit at least 50 academic staff and 25 students. To learn more about this project, we have a website and social media pages and channels. You can find their link on the brochure. And I'd like to welcome you in this workshop and thank you for your contributions in this important work. Thank you and God bless.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, Manuel, just a second. So
Good morning.
I want to make you
Yes,
a
yes.
co-host so that you can share your screen. Okay, thank you, Dr. Ghaith, for your words. The consortium of the DCARE project is very lucky actually to have partners from Spain, Italy, Germany, and Greece. They are experts in the field of AI and robotics. So to take advantage of their presence with us in the consortium, our next speech is to be delivered by Dr. Manuel Catalano. The title of his speech is Soft Robotics Technologies from Labs to the Real World. Dr. Catalano is the co-founder and the principal investigator of the JoinNet lab in Italy. He is a researcher at IIT Soft Robotics for Human Cooperation and Rehabilitation and research collaborator at the University of Pisa. His main experience is in robotics applications in Real World Academy. So Dr. Catalano, thank you for joining us today. And please go ahead and share your screen. Okay.
Can you hear me, right?
Can you raise your voice?
So, can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see it, but can you?
Okay.
Just a second, so
Yeah,
that we
good
can
morning.
adjust
Yes.
the sound. Yes. Yes, please go ahead.
Okay. Good morning to everybody, and thank you to invite me in this workshop for this project that is very interesting. I am a researcher in IIT, but I have a strong collaboration with Centro Piaggio. With this talk, I will show basically which is our experience in robotics and artificial intelligence and try to transfer to the real world in industries and the life of people. So the first part will be more on the research side, the second part more on this technology transfer action that we do. IIT is a research institute in Genoa, located in Genoa. The main goal is relatively new, have less than 15 years, but have 1,500 employees inside that are distributed between PhDs, engineers, and staff of the scientific staff of the group. One of the main goals of the institution is to promote research, technological research, and promote the technology transfer. Is basically the main mission of the institute. There are several topics inside the institute. Robotics is one of the core building blocks of the IIT, basically. In these blocks, there is our research line that is software robotics for human cooperation and rehabilitation that is coordinated by Professor Antonio Bicchi, and I am co-PI with him. I work with Professor Bicchi from a long time, more or less 12, 13 years. Our research activities start from generate and builds new generation of robots. As we know, the scenario that we had until 10 years ago was that robots are inside factories but are separated by humans, are very bulky and not safe. This paradigm is changing. We talk today about collaborative robots, but what we are trying to do is to have robots in our life, in our everyday life, basically robots around us. And for doing that, our approach is that we need robots that are capable to touch the world, to touch, interact with the environment and with people. To do that, basically, we develop systems that have different characteristics that goes from capability to manipulate to walk or locomotion, but especially to have physical interaction. And we apply this kind of technologies in different scenarios that goes from industries, dangerous scenarios, home environments, but also healthcare application. And our approach is basically to study humans in both their body and their intelligence, and transfer this knowledge in technological devices. Basically, we have a sort of research cycle where we study humans, we develop technologies, and we bring these technologies again to humans. This is an example of a robots that we are developing. And what this video is very simple, but we like because show how this kind of technologies that we develop can safely interact with people and can be in a future in our mind something that can live around us. This robot is Alter Ego and is composed by different layers, but I will show you just two of the main technologies that are inside. From one side, there is the actuation units of this robot, and from the other side, the hands that are also two of the main components that today for us are in a process of technology transfer. The actuation is based on, is inspired by the architecture of the human muscles. And basically we talk in this kind of actuation of variable stiffness actuation. Systems that can manage the impedance, the capability to interact with the world, like our muscles. Can be very strong or very soft, and we try to replicate this characteristic inside this kind of actuators, and basically we translate this biological system principle in a mechanical system that compose our actuators that inside have motors and springs basically that we can manage. Another important point for the interaction is are the hands, and we have a long history now of development of artificial hands. This is the soft hands, the PISA IT soft hand, and this is an hand that is very simple, have from some point of view, have all the degrees of freedom of the hand, of the human hand, and you can see in the video in the center of the slide how the hands move. The hand have just one motor and can do just this kind of closure. But thanks to the architecture that is inside, I don't want to go in the details, the hand is capable to self-adapt to different objects. So what you can see on the left and on the right of the screen, that the hand is manipulating a different kind of object, basically with one closure, but this closure adapts to the object itself. And if you look at the cup, what you see is that you can approach to the cup in different ways, and the functional grasp that you have is different and have different functionalities. This simplicity in the control was an enabler for us to apply this kind of hands in several fields. One is an industrial application. This is an example that in collaboration with our spin-off. I will talk about that in a minute. And in this video, you can see another characteristic of the hand, that is the deformability and the robustness. When the hand approach the object, you see that is close to what we do with the human hands, with the form fingers. We try to interact with the world. Another example of application is for prosthetics. This is a video and a release of the soft hand that we made for prosthetic application. This is a video that we made with one of our collaborators during a competition made for prosthetic application. Another example of application of these technologies is in nuclear environments. This is a video that we did for experiments that we did in UK for at RACE, that is one of the labs that of the UK nuclear department, where we did some experiments and we investigated the application of these technologies for the decommissioning of nuclear sites in dangerous environments. Other kind of application are in the, as we said at the beginning, in home environments. This is a video where Alter Ego is used as, is operated as an avatar. On the top left, what you can see is an operator that have some basically use an Oculus Rift system to jump inside the robot and use it as an avatar, and have some instruments to have the body tracking of his hands. And what you see is that this is a teleoperation that we did with the robot at 300 kilometers of distance between the operator and the real robot, and with a standard internet connection. This was a video that we made for a competition. The name is Avatar X Prize, that promote the development of avatar systems in order to have this kind of to explore how to have this kind of technologies in a real world. What is happening here is that the operator, that is a doctor, is jumping inside the robot, inside an house, and is helping the people that stay in the house explain to them how to use the thermometer and how to collect the temperature of a person. This is obviously an example, but it's interesting to show how this kind of technologies can be used in everyday life. But an important step that on which we focus, basically in all our research, we do fundamental research also, but we have ever a look, an eye on how we can really apply these technologies in the real world. We do this kind of action in the lab, but obviously to promote, to go really in the world, we have to do some steps more, and we do this through different channels, basically. One channel that is the basic one that we use is usually that all the things that we develop and we produce in both hardware and software, we release as open source. So the basic idea of our research are released in open source. Giving that, this allow the possibility to companies and other research institutes, but also companies, to use this kind of principle and try to develop their technologies and their products. On this basic layer that we apply for the basic idea of our research, after we have all a process of patenting of a specific solution or more detailed technological solution that we use for specific application. An example, another approach that we have and that we have also in our research line is the one to establish spin-off companies. This is one of our spin-off is Kubi Robotics, that is a company that started in 2012. 2011. Now today have 9 employees, 10 employees, and have a forecast of about 1.5 million. Is not a very big company, but is a company that produces hardware, and this is usually is not extremely easy, and but is a company that is growing with this advanced technology that I showed to you. Basically, this company produce actuation units for different application, and now we're starting to produce and put on the market the robot Alter Ego. Another approach that we use, and the one that I will put a little bit of more focus in the rest of the time that we have for this talk, is the one of the Joint Lab. The Joint Lab is a lab that we made in collaboration with different companies that are sited in Bergamo, close to Milan. Bergamo is a big area of mechatronics in Italy, but is Bergamo and Brescia basically are the biggest mechatronics area in Europe, also bigger than the one in Germany. So in the idea of the Joint Lab is to have research technologies that we develop in IIT, and companies that can translate these technologies in or real products or real application in their environments. Another idea behind the Joint Lab is that inside the Joint Lab, we provide advanced training for people that after staying in the Joint Lab can go to work in this company or other companies of around Bergamo, basically. And who is inside this Joint Lab? From one side, we have IIT. From the other side, we have Intellimec, that is a consortium of 43 mechatronics company in Bergamo. After we have some other partners that are University of Bergamo and Confindustria Bergamo. Confindustria in Italy is is an institution that collects all the companies in a specific city, that all the industries that operate in a specific region, and the Chilometro Rosso, that is a big innovation hub in Bergamo, and is for high-level companies with innovation. Inside the project, there are 9 specific companies that are the one that you saw on the slide. Some of them are very big and very famous, like Brembo, that produce brakes for automotive, or EBI, that is one of the biggest producers of robot. All these companies put more effort and more money in the project. They totally have a duration of 4 years and an amount of money close to 4.5 million. And basically, this company that promote, these companies that promote the project are for the 60% large companies and 33% medium companies, basically. And the total overall revenue of this company, as you can see, is about 5 billion. So we move from small company with a revenue of about 20 million up to companies that have a revenue about 2,000 million. So it is a very big the range. The nice things in what we do in the project is that basically university and IIT do technology, do research with the TRL that go from 1 to 5, 4, 5. In the Joint Lab, we promote we push the moving of TRL, of the technology readiness level, up to 7, basically. After the champions company and the Intellimec consortium take care to have the 2 last steps that go to the market, basically. One specific characteristic of the Joint Lab is that inside we have people that comes from research, that are researcher. At the moment we have 9 people plus 4 senior researcher, and we have people that directly come from the company. And we have 9 persons, that one for each champion that is promoting the project, that work inside the Joint Lab. So basically we have research people and industrial people that work all together, and also the people that are from each company work together. So it's a sort of consortium where all these companies, together with IT, shared the force to develop new technologies. The starting point were 4 of the main technologies that we have in IIT, that are human-robot collaboration, robotic avatar, technologies for have intuitive programming of robots, and also intuitive interfaces. And basically with this company, what we have is we defined altogether some use cases for where companies share knowledge and interest. And after this development, and specific development for these use cases, each champion can start vertical projects that are more specific for their business. We have basically 2 approaches. One is develop horizontal technologies that can be used, that are developed by all the people in the lab, and that can be used by all the champions that work inside the lab. And we work on the use cases that are specific application of interest of each champion. In the end, summing the effort of these two approaches, we will have at the end of the project a sort of showcase that will be a new robots based on the specification and knowledge that we had during these 4 years. The 4 use cases are development of a flexible robotic workstation, intuitive to program, develop what we call a logistic 4.0, so new kind of robots that are able to fill the gap that there is between automated research, automated production line, and automated magazine, and they where today this kind of action are made basically by humans, but what we are doing is a robot for logistics, basically. After, we are working on a robotic assistant and a robotic avatar for different applications. What we envision is a sort of plant where we have operation room where that supervise all the plant. We have different production line, different effort for different activities on the company, and we apply and map our technologies on each one of these application and sub characteristic of the plant, and all these things are coordinated by our operation room that is capable to jump inside the robot, program the robot, work with the robot, and set up the production line. To doing that, we are developing a common framework where we have all the technologies that are needed that can be of different companies, of different layout and different behavior, in order to work all together. And I close the talk with this small video where what you can see is an operator on the top right of the video that jump inside the alter ego and can work on it, but after can choose different robot of the lab. This is a robot with more industrial characteristics that can work in different contexts. And what you can see is how this kind of framework can work on different robots with different gripper, with different characteristics. And this is the lab that we have in Bergamo, in Chilometro Rosso. And these are some of the showcase of the use case that we have and on which we work on the lab. I had 2 more slides, but I think that my time is ended, so I can stop my presentation.
Thank you, Dr. Catalano, for your presentation. And we are glad to see such a real example for fruitful collaboration between academia and industry in Italy. So thank you again for joining us, and we look forward to collaborate with you more in our DCare project.
We hope on that. Thank you so much to invite me.
Excuse me, there is a question from the floor.
Yes, please.
Thank you. Thank you for this presentation. Do you hear me? Okay,
yes,
great.
yes.
Yeah, I've enjoyed your presentation about the new robots that you develop. And all over the world, there are a lot of development in this area. Now, are we going to get general purpose trainable robots that can work with the humans soon, or do you think that this is a far target and may take decades? When do you expect that we'll have trainable general purpose robots? Thank you.
Okay, thank you for your questions. The answer to this question is not so easy. If you think today nowadays we have robots inside our homes and in our life. We have cleaning robots, but also our cars now are becoming robots, are autonomous. So this process in the last 10 years was really growing up quickly. For general purpose robots, there are more steps to do. There are nowadays robots that start to be in around us, but there is a lot of work on that. For example, European community are pushing a lot of effort and money on this. Example of this Avatar X Prize that I mentioned are example of interest on this kind of application. For example, the price for this competition is 10 million, and participated 200 groups. Now we were selected for the semifinals that are just for 40 groups, and the finals will be just 20 groups. I expect, my feelings is that between 5 and 10 years, we will start to have some kind of robots that can work at least in some environments. To have robots, this kind of robots really in our house, I think that is more a point of what the robot can do and the business that is behind in order to put the price of this kind of robot really low, like the price of a car or of a motorbike.
Thank you, Dr. Manuel. So again, I thank you, and as I said,
Thank you.
we look forward to further collaboration with you and Dr. Lucia as well in our
Yes.
project. Thank you again. Thank you.
Thank you.
So we all know that industry-academia collaboration demands competent skills and proper practices for knowledge transfer. So the next speech in this session is Skilling for Employability, Opportunities and Challenges, which is delivered by Mr. Ahmed Abu Qaoud. Mr. Ahmed Abu Qaoud is the CEO and the co-founder of Quality Business Solutions. He has more than 15 years of experience in the ICT industry and was involved in designing and implementing different technical, practical, and highly effective training programs in the ICT field. So, Mr. Ahmed, please join us here.
Thank you, Dr. Iyad, for the introduction, and thank you for inviting me to this important event. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today I will provide a presentation about skilling for employability and trying to spot the light for the opportunities and challenges in this process. I hope it will be an informative and insightful presentation. Okay. I would like first to introduce myself. I am Ahmed Abu Qaoud. I'm the CEO and co-founder for Quality Business Solutions, a software development company in Jordan, and we are providing our services in the local market and the region. Back in 2004, I started my career in the training field. I used to provide software development, programming training courses for students and graduates. Then I got my master's degree and worked as a university instructor. A few years later, I shifted my career to the software development and started my technical career path. And in 2009, I established QBS and where I'm at now. So from this mixed experience between the academic and the technical part, I encouraged to be part of the DigiSkills as a board member. And I want to give you a small introduction about the DigiSkills. The Digital Skills Association, or DigiSkills, is a non-for-profit entity established 1 year ago under the association's law of Jordan. To become the legal entity that will exercise the functions of the National Skills Sector Council, the ICT part, which used to be responsible for bridging before. Also, an important mission for DigiSkills is to implement a subcomponent for the YTJ project, which is a government-funded project through a World Bank loan, aims to support youth, technology, and jobs. So YTJ project. Our strategic objectives at DigiSkills are to develop a competitive, skilled, and innovative technology workforce in Jordan, or information technology workforce in Jordan, increase employment in the ICT field, which will support the positioning of Jordan as a regional ICT hub. We are also working on setting and maintaining skills and occupational standards to match supply and demand in the market. Also, we aim to governing the training requirements and delivery, and finally to increase the sector and labor market intelligence and transparency. Okay, let's try to understand the ICT sector in Jordan by looking into some figures and numbers. There are more than 700 companies in Jordan, ICT companies, plus more than 350 startups. So we have 700 mature companies, or more than 700, and more than 350 startup companies. There are about 20,000 employees working at these companies. 76 of them are male and 33 are female. The sector overall revenue is about $2 billion US, where 260 million from exports, and of course the rest in the local market. Here we can see the top 5 countries that imports our services, our IT services and products in Jordan. We can see at the top of the list, we can see at the top of the list Saudi Arabia with a portion of 21%. Then UAE, Qatar, Kuwait, Netherlands, USA, and other countries. The ICT is a very important sector for the Jordan economy. It contributes with 3.9% of the Jordan GDP. Also, it's worth to say here that there is internet penetration in Jordan with about 89%, which way over the international and regional averages. Okay, all these numbers show us that the ICT is an important sector to Jordan, and there is a real opportunity to develop this sector more and more. So it provides a greater support for the economy and the employment in Jordan. With this huge opportunity and importance for the ICT sector and compliance with His Majesty King Abdullah vision, the government of Jordan is supporting the sector in different ways. For example, there is no limit for no minimum investment limit for the non-Jordanians in the ICT Jordanian companies. Also, IT services and products subject to 0% sales tax, rather than 16, of course. Also, the government of Jordan waived the sales tax and the custom fees for IT companies' purchases of any production inputs. And recently, they reduced the income tax for the IT companies from 20% down to 5%, especially for the, or this is only for IT companies. As well, there is zero export tax. So IT companies can export their services and products outside Jordan without paying any taxes or fees. And finally, the government reduces the interest rate on direct facilities from 14 to 5% only. With this potential, there is a big challenge also in growth caused by the lack of IT specialists and resources. And this is not only in Jordan, it's a global challenge. We can see, for example, in United States of America, there is a need for 1 million software developer. There is 1 million software development vacancy need to be filled. As well in Europe, there is a need for 700,000 developer. France needs 200,000 technologists in general. And as well for Germany, they are needing 124 IT specialists and 70,000 in Sweden. This shortage in the IT specialists reduce the ability of growth for the companies, which causes a loss of around 390,000 billion US dollars all over the world. Let's come back to Jordan. In Jordan, as we said, there is a huge potential in this sector. The government support, and with this lack of resources, this unavailability of those resources, there is a huge opportunity for us as universities and students to support this sector. But we have a small problem here. Let's have a look at this funnel. At the top, we can see that there is 300,000 university students in all universities in Jordan. 25,000 of them are IT related students. We are graduating yearly 5,000 IT specialists or IT graduate every year. Out of 5,000, only 1.8 thousand find jobs. So we have around 60% unemployment or unemployed ICT graduates, which is a huge number. We have 60% unemployed, and in the same time, IT companies are suffering from the lack of resources, and they need the resources very bad. I will share with you a personal experience in QBS. For the past 12 years, we used to hire fresh graduates, maybe every 3-4 months. We have to hire fresh graduates. In order to find one fresh graduate that has the basic programming concepts, the basic skills to be employed, we need to interview 30 students or 30 graduates. So 1 out of 30 that's capable to work as a software developer with the minimum or the basic knowledge of the software programming concepts. So at DigiSkills, we are working on a study for the technical skills coverage in the university's curriculum. And I can share with you some of the numbers we found so far. Here are some sample of topics that we asked students, professors, and from the IT companies, from the industry, about each of them. Each chart from those charts represents how many people we asked they are believed that this topic is covered within the curriculum. So we can find, for example, the database, data structure, and SQL, etc. About 80% says that it's already in the curriculum. It's about 72% of the people says it's okay for the web development, and so on for the other topics and skills. But there are important observations that should be highlighted here. The emerging technologies such as blockchain, cybersecurity, and cloud computing, and other emerging technologies, they are not covered within the curriculum in most of the university or the programs. And for some core IT subjects, such as programming, database, web development, and this basic knowledge in the IT, they are covered in most of the programs. But when compared the feedback gathered from the industry, the employment level proficiency for those resources is lacking. So they studied these topics, but without getting skilled enough to be employed and work on these skills. So as a conclusion, updating the curriculums in universities should take place maybe more frequently. However, considering the fast changing requirements for the IT sector, and the frequent update change may be a difficult process. So a short-term supplemental programs to bridge the divide can be suitable as a quick win, at least. Also, we need more concentration on the research and development, which will keep professors and instructors in the universities up to date with the emerging technologies. Support students and universities by the ICT companies through their CSR programs. A great example here in Jordan, we have Orange Academy. Orange Academy, they are providing a program for the university students and for graduates, actually. They are provide the market with very talented and skillful developers in every cohort. And a real cooperation and partnership between the industry and the academia is very important. And I think that's why we are all here today. Thank you all. And I hope, sorry.
Question. First, thank you very much for this enlightening presentation. I'm glad that you are with us today and you have presented this presentation. My question is how we can engage with DigiSkill. Is it open for membership? We'd like to work with you to help us in developing our programs and improve our students' employability. So how we can engage better with you? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for your question. Yeah, sure, we can. You can engage with DigiSkills. It's a new organization. It's only 1 year from establishment. Now we formed the new board recently, so we are starting to cooperate with all parties. The membership for the association is open now. You can personally be a member of the DigiSkills, and also once we have the team, I think we can arrange for the cooperation between the DigiSkills and the university in order to help and support in whatever we can do. And we can arrange for this also later, inshallah.
Thank you, Mr. Ahmed Abu Qaoud, for yes. Thank you for the facts and the numbers that you provided us with, and we look forward, as Dr. Ghaith asked you for, to join and DigiSkills and work effectively with you in order to maximize the benefits between academia and industry. So. So, among the very ambitious and successful efforts that we know that are happening in Jordan at the level of, for the purpose of industry and academia collaboration, is the national program for linking academic institutes with the industrial sectors, Faculty for Factory program, or FFF program. This program is aiming at strengthening the role of applied scientific research carried out by academic institutions in cooperation with the industrial sector in Jordan. So our next talk will be delivered by Professor Yusuf Al Abdallat, the manager of the faculty for factory program, with the title Linking Academic Institutes with Industrial Sectors. Dr. Yusuf, the floor is yours.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وآله وصحبه أجمعين. بداية صباحكم جميل وشكرا للدعوة الكريمة من كلية الهندسة ومن قسم الحاسوب وميكاترونكس دكتور لي غيث وفريقه الرائع والسادة الحضور اليوم. First of all, thank you everybody for your invitation, Dr. Ghaith and all his colleague, our nice friend and the Dean of School of Engineering, Dr. Nasser and Dr. Bashar, and with all the respect to Dr. In'am Khalaf, the Vice President of Jordan University, and all the guests. Today we will talk about the Jordanian experience, Linkage Academic Institute with industrial sectors, the program, it's a national program called Triple F, Faculty for a Factory. And we will go into boosting and strengthening the Jordanian young entrepreneurs, innovative methodology, and SMEs, small and medium-sized enterprises. Introduction of these things, just I will start to mention some word, and then I will explain our experience and some success story. And this is issue start like exponentially growth in all aspects, data, what we have, information and knowledge. Those are the main pillars what we're looking for as academic, industrial, and even society and non-profit even to aspect, and all the pillars of the society as well, with the main things and technology. So we're looking for the most important, those three pillars, either like leading and people, data and technology, and how do we connect all those things together with excellent output. And something difficult what we have also, we feel sometimes lack of the resources and lag behind the word. And what's written in the word, تحيا الحرية. There. Okay. All these things now we focus on the innovation and entrepreneurship. Okay. And we start, and this is from start, and this is issue and the point. Okay. Start from Jordan, because we will talk as experience of this program in Jordan. Okay. In Jordan, we have human resources. Okay. This is some strong point what we have in Jordan. Okay. Well-educated people and upgrading by enriching human resources and boosting capacities, okay? To increase our national production represented by GDP and GDP by capita. Okay? And this necessity for not only education, human resources, but also enabling them to initiate their own business in their field to evidence a new job and generate revenue by their own things. Here we talk about employability. Nowadays, not just in Jordan, all over the world, the new for fresh graduate or the employability, it's serious issue. But with these things based on innovation, entrepreneurship, at least to bring this as a culture for our student or our graduated to start these things. And we're talking about harmonization between local and global market with what is behind thought for our student and graduated, and that's what market need and demand, not just in Jordan, as our colleague before he mentioned about the experiences, what needed, not just in Jordan, either in Jordan or region and globally. Okay, with the new revolution, that this is what we looking. Now we will talk about our experience in national program for linkage academic institute with industrial sectors. Sorry, I would like to. This is screen, it's not clear for me over here. I would like to minimize the هاي بس أنا مش قادر أشيلها. Thank you. Okay. Our main talk today, we will talk about the national program for linkage academic institute with industrial sectors, what we call faculty for a factory FFF program. This program actually starts from Jordan University, especially from School of Engineering in 2003, and now become its national program, involve all universities in Jordan, private and government universities, and we focus in applied science. And the main philosophy of this is program to bridge the gap between academic and industry. When we mentioned industry, we not be just focus on industrial, what those registered in the Chamber of Industry, and we believe by comprehensive mean of industry. So all those, even tourism is industry. Those affect in the GDP or they have value added the industry, or even the education, it's the most industry we believe. Other thing, it's with bridge the gap, this dynamic networking of this program. Those involve all universities, all academic and all industrial, the commerce, agriculture, NGOs, this and dynamic networking. Our mission of this goal, first of all, strengthen the applied scientific research. So we focus on applied scientific research, not just for those research, it's with no effect, or those, just mean support other countries or things. The second mission, giving the academic staff the opportunity to develop their knowledge and apply their theoretical concept. And this will reflect like direct and indirect with challenge in the applied in the factory or the ground, and to bring it indirect way to the student in the classroom. The third one, helping the industrial organization and sectors to grow and enabling them to take advantages of the available technical experience needed to solve a problem, and either in the service sectors or product. This is as like outreach thing to bring the knowledge or know-how to solve the problem in an industry. But we found it later. Now we start for our future recommendation, we also enrich. We found, especially in applied things and special cases available in industry, we need it in academic as well, not just to solve their problems, but the experience we need it for our students. From industry, many things available in industry, especially like case studies, applied things, practical things, we need it in academic as well, okay? So the relation between us is win-to-win relationship. Okay? Innovation and education. We believe, the most important file in any country, not just in Jordan, is in the education. Okay, other thing it will be the priority. It's for education. Other thing it will be coming later on. But if we take care and with a clear aspect and vision for education, many issues it will solve. Either poor, many things I would like to mention now. Education must be hybridized with innovation. Okay, and this is things not just to mention it from start from school and colleges. Okay, it will be to start from preschools, and this is things education and innovation and entrepreneurship and career as well, to start to bring it from early stage as pre-schools. Just I would like to. Faculty for a Factory program at the University of Jordan. It's involved now all universities in Jordan, private and government universities. This is just a slide to show us the number of universities participant in Jordan, as well number of participants in the program during the years. From Jordan University, just applied, Al-Balqa Applied University, see all the private and government universities. Here to show us some sectors, not even universities and specialty. We cover all industrial sectors and agriculture, service sectors as well, and some commerce. Okay, in Jordan Chamber of Industry, the classification up to 10 sectors with handicraft. We cover them all, and we have success story with all of them, not just one, many success story, and some of those success story even going for patent. With the specialty also, we cover all specialty. We started right from engineering and School of Engineering and focus even with the Industrial Engineering Department, but now with all specialty, either engineering, science, pharmacy, management, accounting, marketing, medicine, chemistry, biology, logistics, even in the medical and biotechnology. Okay, to spread the innovation on not only as a techniques, but also as a culture and lifestyle. This is what it's need, and to emphasize as a culture and lifestyle, not just it's as a fashion, what I mentioned. Now many people, they talk about innovation and entrepreneurship, but this is what not affect us. Okay? Why? Because we need to implement innovation and entrepreneurship courses with the college, and this is what we did. Now in the School of Engineering, this is the 7th semester we establishment a course, innovation and entrepreneurship from scratch, and most of those things, and this is course, we built it on 3 pillars, not just knowledge and science. This is one pillar and important, but other things is important. The second pillar, very important, is we built it and designed this is course on skills and competences. This is skills the market needed, and competences also for the personality and leadership of the student. The third one, indirect way, what we call change management, critical thinking, design thinking, or change management with all aspects. Okay, the impact, actually we get a lot of impact, either from like impact study or impacted on the industry as well. On like the new products and services, a new market and demand, and new incomes and wealth. Okay, those is already measured, and we will this research help, and we focus not just, as I mentioned before, just research. Well, nobody will affect on this. We focus on applied science, and this with value added, and this is research would help Jordanian citizens and improve the industry and the lifestyle and quality. Okay, this is to mention from our activity, the guy over here, maybe Dr. Ghaith remember this guy. This guy is Shiguru Sensei. Shiguru, he's the first or from the well famous in the world. He talk about humanized. He make a robot completely like himself, would interact even like he give first expression, okay, with artificial intelligence and many aspects, okay, but I don't think it's with singularity. Here just to mention some success story. We have many success story, cover all sectors, either in engineering, medical, pharmaceutical, management, health, even in medicine as well. Some of those I would like to mention, maybe some of those, like in FINE, FINE group, they have serious problem in, say, in diapers factory. And production line was in that area, and they have a problem. They cannot make it like automated package. They used to use it by hand, packaged by hand. And they ask many international companies to solve their problem because the area is very narrow. They cannot help them. With one guy, his name and his colleague, his name Muhammad Sami Al-Ashhab from Hashemiyat University, and now he's in the Al Hussein Technical University. They solved this problem, and they like minimize the waste was from 10 to 15%. This is area. Other things also, like with the Sofara, it's bakery. With one also professor, she is now in Jordan University, Dr. Rima Tayyem. For myself as an engineer, first time I had heard about this is PKU, phenylketonuria. This is with like amino acid. It's a genetic problem, no medicine. Those newborn babies, they are not allowed for them to eat any protein. And there's association belong to Ministry of Health. They export, this is like farina or food. The cost of 1 kg of farina, it's 10 to 20 Jordan dinar, and sell for them by 16 cents. It's subsidized. And we have here in Jordan more than 1,000 families. With Makhabz al-Sufara, we produce a new product and now registered as a new patent. It's cost just 1.5 JD with best smell, best taste, food, and additive things. And now anyone he can go to Sufara, ask for those things and help them. Other things also, like with Sana Pharma, with Dr. Yasser Bustanji. I don't know who's Jordanian and non-Jordanian, like Bronchi and Bronchi Camp. They use it with for those they have problem of their breathing. The Jordanian one, it's more effective than the external one, and now it's available things. We have another story with Jovac and Dar al Dawa, and now those of like Jovac with Dr. Ahmed Al Majali from Just. This is output. It's something for the animal. The company exported to 53 countries. We have a lot of success story. Now we'd like to talk about industrial revolution. We are focused and we start to deal with the industrial revolution with many things like focus on life cycle model from novel idea in invention, democratization and innovation aspects, okay? But in this aspect, we are not high-tech country. But what we have with what we have over here in Jordan, the brain and good, talented people. So we have to think and focus on design, okay? Sometimes to focus on high-tech, we don't have this technique, but on the design, this is issue, it will be very good, and maybe we can enter to the world with design approach, and this is issue, especially IT and mechatronics and engineering people, even the art and design with IT. Okay. About singularity, I don't, it's coming. It's not easy. We have to take care of those things, either to become as a slaves or to go to quality of life, to compare between either knowledge and time as well. Okay. The most important, as I mentioned before, is education. And we now focus on education on 4 pillars of education. And we start in this field, either in our colleagues, in the most 4 pillars of education, the teacher or professor from preschool to university professor. The second one, who's the second one, the receiver, the student. The third one is the curriculum, as what today we have our group. The fourth one, the classroom and or school environment or university environment, with restructuring the input of the current educational process, okay, based on those 4 pillars, okay, and also adjusting the second thing, adjusting scientific research direction and adapt it with output of the topics of industrial revolution and what is going in the world. The third one, this is the most important, to build a new national strategy for education and introducing a new program and discipline, not just as before. Okay. What's coming in the world, new discipline in the contest for, and we start to help universities to looking forward a new contest and new specialty like artificial intelligence, Internet of Things or Internet of Everything, big data, cloud manufacturing, technology of finance, okay, the 5th generation robotics and many. And what's also related to these things, the future jobs. We have over here, it's more than 20 future jobs. We have to looking for that things, okay, just to mention before. Based on those future jobs, we have actually not just sometimes as a fashion to start a new specialty, but those jobs we have to bring those things new, like artificial intelligence, deep learning, data science, data analytics, Internet of Things, deep learning, to bring them for any specialty already exists. This is what I myself believe. Some of other university, maybe they open a new specialty as PhD or master, but myself believe to bring those as a tools, because it's a tools for any specialty, from any specialty, even Arabic linguistics, nursing, agriculture, medicine, engineering, for business, to bring them for aspect. Other things over here, we talk about, incubator and accelerators. And I would like now to mention for what's going on with Japanese culture and approach, because I'm graduated from Japan, and nowadays Japan didn't talk about like industrial 4.0 or industrial revolution. They start to talk about society 5.0. It's recently and a new approach, because now in industrial 4.0 they talk about automation, data science, and many things. But society 5.0, this because it's a bring.
Dr. Yusuf, my friend, Dr. Yusuf, if I can interrupt, we have a panel discussion, and we'd like to hear more about these things later during the panel discussion. But for now, if you please, I'd like to put a question, maybe a difficult question for you. First of all, I am very proud about this FFF project, and especially because it has started from my school. And I think it is a very successful project in Jordan. Now, what do you want, or what we need in order to expand or enlarge this project 10 times? What do you need in order to have 10 times the number of projects every year?
Thank you so much, because you tackled myself, okay, and sometimes like suffering from these things. What we need, first of all, from our side, to institutional this program. The second thing, okay, we challenge, and we are so proud from our colleagues from all universities, not just Jordan University, all universities, either private and government universities, and we challenging what the asset and high potential of our colleagues in this issue. We need support from all aspects. Actually, I will be frankly, not to use my diplomat sometime, we're suffering from the support and the fund, either from the, from the government, from, fund, from the other partners and support. Nowadays with Corona, many of them, they even didn't pay what they mentioned. And some of the project already, we finished it like 2 years ago, till now we didn't pay them. Many think it's problem, but the output of this program, it's excellent. Okay. Other things now we take of that. I guess my time is left on 1 minute. Other things now we take care of in this program, it's training. Okay. Now we would like to take it very serious. This is just for relax. Okay. And to take it from one era to other things. And swimming, it's not by reading. To read a book, swimming, you have to practice it. Okay. And many things in our applied science to go. Some of those I would like to finish now experience. We go now to export coaching. This is like make it with the Chamber of Industry, with ILO, and other partner from European partner. We choose 25 experts from Jordan universities, and we give them they become export coaching project to export the ideas of Jordan. Over here, maybe we'll talk about it later. Training for training to take it. This is a serious issue in all universities. The training for students, it's compulsory, but it will be under control, and to take it, we have our own things. As I believe something, this is now we're going to start a new program in Jordan University, digital transformation, but this is a program not pure IT or engineering. Will involve multidisciplinary, involve 3 universities, but it will be tools even to all specialty, shape the digital future in Jordan, leading people as a leadership, data and technology, okay? And will be like the pathway for Jordan and things. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Youssef, for giving us this precious information about the FFF program. And we will be happy also to have Professor Youssef with us after the break in the panel discussion. So if you have any comments or questions about the program, you can also ask him about it. So now we will go for the break. We will have 20-minute break. Afterwards, please join us in the panel discussion in which we have gathered experts in the area of industry and academia collaboration. Thank you, and please, we have coffee and some desserts outside. Thank you.
Things. So in this case, this bridge the gap between what we really need as problems and what really the academia need. And I love the term of collaboration, not cooperation. There is a difference between collaboration and cooperation. Cooperation, 2 entities, they cooperate with each other, but each entity has its own goal. But collaboration, they are both working on one goal. So we would love to have this thing because we will benefit from that. I can give you one example after my colleagues also finish answering this question. There are some examples that we are keen to do it, and we cannot do it alone. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Yasser. Dr. Yazan, probably you see on daily basis, maybe, or on weekly basis, many people. You see many people coming to your to the center with ideas, with innovative ideas and entrepreneurship ideas. How do you how do you connect these people like with the industry, and what barriers you face when you try to connect them with the industry in order to make their idea come to life?
Well, thank you. That's a very important question, actually. For us, usually the students come from, they do come from different faculties, but most of them, they come from technical faculties like the School of Engineering, Medicine, and Agriculture. And these people come with technical ideas in their minds. The main problem we face is that there are no teams. I mean, even if there was a team, 4 students would be from agricultural School of Agriculture or all the Faculty of Engineering. So what we are trying to do now is these interdisciplinary teams, so that if you were to come with a technical idea, what you are supposed to do basically is to have another team member who has business ideas, another one who has marketing ideas. Because if we start just with the idea itself, which is good, with the research development, it's also good. But then you should go and continue the whole loop where you can actually market your product at the end of the day. So the main problem is that these students actually want babies. They don't want to share their babies with other students or other different disciplines. So we try to connect them somehow, or we try to convince them that, okay, you are an engineering student, but that's it, technical guy. You do need someone else who would be able to market your product. So this is the first obstacle actually we face during the incubation stages in our center. And now connecting them with the industry. I do agree with Mr. Yasser about probably the lack of communication between industry and the universities. And that's true. That's something that we cannot actually ignore. But whose fault is that? I mean, if anybody has any kind of problem, for us, our problems is that to market our students into the industry itself. But our students do have, they're valuable somehow. They are probably the best students in the country itself, because they are, for us, if we talk about the University of Jordan, they have the best minds in the market. And then if the industry would have some kind of problem, you should come to us and share it with us. You don't need to buy the robot that we sell, which serves water to someone who's sitting on the couch, but you could come to us and tell us, for example, that we do have this kind of problem. Please help us solve it. So this kind of collaboration is something that we need so that we could sell our students to the market.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. So it is clear from the discussion that there are barriers and there are challenges facing the collaboration between the academia and the industry. So, Dr. Youssef, in your opinion, what actions should be adopted or taken from the government, from the industry, from the academia, in order to mitigate and possibly eliminate such barriers and the challenges, in order to have a better environment, in order to have a win-win collaboration for everybody?
Thank you so much. First, actually, they have to sit together. Yeah. First, think of this issue. They have to sit together and to talk together frankly, okay, with interest. Otherwise, it will bad. This is issue not to make it by law. This is not issue. Okay, some of them they make it some, like even some association by law. It's okay, good. But this is the issue not. They have to know is depend on the culture, and they know their, the both side, even not the both side. We have to create this is culture what they call triangle culture. Those 3 parties, the main players parties, okay, private sectors, government, with universities and with NGOs. Those 3 things they have to sit together, because it cannot make it like a general. Oh yeah, because different from sectors to sectors, from specialty to specialty, from area to area. Okay, because even some of the universities different with other universities. When they sit and they open the channel, they start, they reach to a certain point, and just once start the point, it will open for other things. And this is the no, because even in all over the world, they start in this way, you know. We graduate from certain country, we found it how much the industry available in the academic, okay? And most fund, they come from industry, from private. Other things also to not just, I mean, the university, even in universities mentioned now like outreach, mentality outreach. The universities that we have, we know knowledge and available, would like to go to the industry. But what we found it in the industry, we need it also for our student. We solve them design approach or solving problem or go for product development. And recently what's coming to update it, even those industry, either modernization, simulation, computerization, with the digital transformation. But what available in the industry, the work by their hand, we need it to our student. Other things also for academic, we have to bring those things. What available, it's a treasure to commercialization of research products. Many things even we didn't think about it as a commercial. Okay, either to bring this as a culture among our students, even or among our colleagues. These things also important with intellectual properties. This brings as a culture, and from here we call for to use innovation and entrepreneurship as a culture. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. So, Mr. Yasser, so it is kind of most of you, all of you are agreeing that it is all about communication. It is all about sitting together, putting the guidelines, defining the role of every entity in the collaboration. So what else can we think of? Can we use? What action can we also take in order to maximize the collaboration?
Well, I think besides of communication, okay, we need to communicate, but first, and I like that we are still on the ground now, that the curriculum is not yet set, right? So I think the thing is starting from now, before we have graduates. So let's agree, so industry with academia, to agree on the curriculum, the real courses that we will, that the student will really benefit from. And let's skim the curriculum with things that's either a fancy thing or something that won't be used when they are graduates. So they have like focus on the things that really makes the change. So starting from this, and also having a specialty. AI, I said it's very broad term. So we need like courses that are specialized in a specific thing, and those students will take this path. The other ones will take another path, because you cannot mix lots of things. Okay, so you will get a tiny stuff from each course. No, get specialized courses. Okay, and focus on those ones. It's better than to be comprehensive courses. And also with the communication, industries, okay, should take their role to expose their problems to academia without being shy, or without, let's say, be very cautious about sharing some data with the academia. This is very important, because most of the researchers or students, they really suffer or struggle to have a small data set that they work on, which is not always okay. There is privacy information, there is confidential data, but there are some data that can be open. And now we are talking about open data sets. We see that Google, they have open data sets, Amazon, they have open data sets. So there is no shy or there is no hurt that those data to be exposed to the students. So this is very important as well. And also to really express the problems of the industries. One of the problems, I said that I want to say one example, which is NLP for Arabic. Everyone struggled to have a good NLP. Now we don't have NLP, very good NLP for Arabic. We have things from Google, but it does not work on all the dialects that we have for Arabic. Arabic is very, very complicated thing. It's more complicated than other languages. So لا يحك جلدك إلا ظفرك. يعني we don't expect any other party that they will come, okay, English people يعني أو other language, foreign languages to make let's say super NLP thing in Arabic and in Orange and in all. Let's say this application does not only apply on telecom industry or anything. When you have this kind of Arabic NLP thing, voice recognition and speech to text or text to speech, you can solve lots of problems like call centers. You can have automated call centers. You can have chatbots. You can have lots of things, and there are so many initiatives in this domain, but unfortunately, none of them has reached to the excellence that we are expecting. So this is one thing that we would love an expert people, very trained people, and well-educated people to work with us on this, because this is a very large project.
Yes, indeed. So your curriculum is one of the challenges that the industry should be kind of connected with academia in terms of formulating the content and of the courses that are in the curriculum. And actually, this is what we are doing in the DCare project. And we will be happy, like maybe to connect with you at some point with Orange and other companies in the ICT sector in order to get their feedback on what we are doing. So Dr. Yazan, we move back to you. Like in the Entrepreneurship and Innovation Center, what is the most thing that you would love to happen in order to clear the barriers, in order to open more collaboration chances and opportunities for students and for the industry? What is the most important thing that you are looking for?
Okay, I think that the most important thing actually starts at our side, at our end. We need to introduce the students to the idea of innovation and entrepreneurship, because I can tell, I wouldn't guess that more than say 3% of our students know about our center or know about innovation and entrepreneurship and what we are actually offering to them. When we go and talk to them in the lectures, they get really surprised. Do we have something like that at the university? Can we actually get funded by our university to do our ideas that we have in mind? They don't. And when we start telling them about our center, you know, from there, they start having ideas. So I think what we need is try to incorporate the ideas of different centers we have at the university in our courses, carry out more, as Professor Yusuf said, reach out campaigns to introduce the students to what we have. And then, you know, if this problem is solved, I guess it would be way easier to connect ourselves with the industry. And I strongly agree with Mr. Yasser on the curricula. They definitely need to be updated. Let's say they contain good knowledge, good basic science. I don't think it's updated to you know, work in line with what we have today nowadays in the industry. So whatever you're doing in this project, which I really appreciate and respect, is trying to create these new programs of artificial intelligence and other hot topics nowadays, which would probably serve us in the near future for many years to come.
Yes, hopefully. Thank you. So our guests have highlighted their experience in industry, in the collaboration between industry and academia. They highlighted the challenges, they highlighted the barriers, and they proposed some of the actions that can be used to mitigate the problems. So I would love maybe to ask the audience if they have any question to to our panelists. We will happy to receive any question, if there is any question. Yes, Mr. Iyad Ashram from Intaj.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your insights. My name is Iyad Ashram. I'm from Intaj. Intaj is the ICT Association of Jordan. So we represent the ICT sector in Jordan. And one of our mandates is to try to bridge the gap between the industry and the academia. So I want to take it to the next step, let's say, or to be practical. We are willing to help you. Let's say, for example, Dr. Yazan, getting the industry challenges, we can do that. We can connect with the industry and get, especially we are talking about the ICT industry. We can connect with the industry and gather the challenges. And we can provide the universities with these challenges. And we need to to become practical. We need to know how to get it from there. And what's the next steps will be. So let's think together and we can connect you again with the industry and we can get you the challenges and let's try to figure out how we can solve these problems and what's the precautions, let's say. Is it the students by themselves? One of the ideas that we have is to try to capitalize on the graduation projects. But do you think as an academia, the students are capable enough to do this, or do they need to have the faculty members with them? There is a lot of things to consider. So the part of connecting with the industry, we can handle it. But let's try to think practically what comes after that. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Said. Any comments? Or Dr. Yazan, yeah.
Well, I think that Professor Youssef would do a better job in responding in this question because he's the guy responsible for connecting academia with the faculty and students. If I may add something, our students do not need actually to work alone. They can work with their mentors, with their professors who could help them, solve these problems. Our students have knowledge, basic knowledge, but it's not enough probably, or not on a higher level to solve such big problems. But when supervised by faculty members, I guess they will be able to solve the problems. And from my own belief, I think that the industry they should be able to take some risk. Because if you have a problem, there's no guarantee that it would be solved. But there should be some risk taken to, to try and solve these problems and try to help and fund these projects as, other countries do in solving problems. So I guess I'll ask Professor Youssef to continue.
Thank you, Dr. Yazan, Julie. And now I would like to make business really to start. This is business in two issues. One with Engineer Yasser and one with also my friend Iyad. Yeah, this is actually we even ourselves looking forward in this issue, and we have even from this is point to start like we were looking for recruitment. This is what we're looking for. Last week we invited over here PwC, one of the biggest four, and our this activity, it was amazing. They have now become this from 300 before Corona. Now they become 900 here in Jordan, 960 something. Okay, in the group, they have 7,000 employees from Jordan, more than 25% now among in the world, or in the Middle East. Sorry, because the 300,000 in the world, among 7,000, like more than 25,000 from Jordan, and they are very happy. We open the floor for them, and then they come. They make a lot of activity. This is last week. They're looking for 150. Chance to find recruiting for the newcomer and this. And this is even ourselves, we're looking forward more than you, because it's the output of our student. And this is issue even sometimes make us feel sad. They graduated with high level, smart, but they didn't know how to go, or they stay home. This is issue we are, Mr. Yasser, we are from now, we arrange for you many activity or the link, what you need, really. We are under your order. This is issue really, because it's win-win situation. Okay, this is output, our output. This is our core, our result, our babies, or what you mentioned. Okay, our fruit. And this is really, it's even myself, it's like a target for these things. From now, we will arrange for this, and I'm happy and ready, not just in engineering or IT, even management, in all aspects. Okay, other things also with Mr. Iyad, Engineer Iyad, with a pleasure. And even now, we start to focus on the emerging technology. We use a new technology now, and we start to build like maturity model with assessment model. We are ready for industrial 4.0. Okay. We need also your help now. We have like a student working on this project. It's okay, it's like a fashion, industrial 4.0, industrial 4.2. We are ready for that. Okay, maybe not, but in other things, no, we can. And what I mentioned myself after searching a lot and thinking, we would like to focus, and this is, I mentioned, for all colleagues, not just in IT or engineering or anyone, to start to think about design. This is the most important thing, even the ideation with validation. Okay, the next generation, next coming, it will not be made in. It will be designed by. Okay, this is a new era, new culture. We have to think about it. It's easy for us as even universities, professors, as a staff, and we can connect this with market. Okay, other things, it's okay, the market, and they help us. Myself, what I built, this is a new course, innovation and entrepreneurship course. Actually, I don't use my background, just engineering, because sometimes engineering is tough to go for derivation. Okay, but no one will go for derivation still now in the Masakin, Jamaat al-Kahraba, math 1, 2, 3, 4. MashaAllah, maybe with some, if they become so hard, we'll make up to 10, raised to power. Okay, but the market now needs something, it's like with other leadership skills, what they call, some people, they call soft skills, leadership skills. Okay, so 3 pillars, we have to put it in our mind, and the market, they need it. This I learned from them. And the third one, I learned even from educational people. Knowledge and science, the background is important, but this is the most important. Even 160 hours as credit hours for engineering, it's too much. Okay, we have even among our colleagues to take this topic is not mean as a heritage for you. Okay, the coming things, even yourself, you have to work on yourself. What's coming in you? Otherwise, certain job or specialty will be obsolete. We have from 3 to 7 years, maximum 10 years. If we are not working hard and going updated ourselves, okay, and you say toward sustainability. This is the smart word. We have to, every one of us, even I talk, this is for myself. I start working, this is my background, I'm like Dr. Yazan. My background, I'm material engineering, biomedical engineering, and especially in biomaterials. But now I'm involved myself toward of innovation, entrepreneurship, and emerging technology. So we have to focus on 3 aspects. Knowledge and science background is good. The second one, skills and competences, okay, very good. The third one, very important, it's okay to put it in ourselves, the change management, okay, critical thinking, design thinking, those things important. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Yusuf. Mr. Yasser, do you have any comments on Mr. Iyad's question? They are ready,
Yeah,
to connect
I think
everybody.
They've covered lots of things, and I also agree that we need to change our mindset. Everyone needs to change. The world is really moving very fast, and we have to be at the base of that move, or we will be behind. So that's very critical.
Thank you. So I think we are running out of time. Sir, we're having lunch after this event, so you can discuss anything that you have in mind with our distinguished panelists during the lunch. So let me now move to the last thing, which is very quick. Yes, when I finish. So I kindly ask our guests who are either here in the room or watching or following us online to scan this QR code. It guides you to a Google form. It is basically a survey related to the things that we discussed here. So if you can fill it now, it is like a 5-minute survey to take your opinion, to take your feedback about the topic we are discussing here in this workshop. So also our guests online, please, if you can fill this survey, it would be much appreciated. If it's not working, شغال? Yeah. I tried it many times. But I can send you the link. Yes, I can send you the link. If it's not working with you, I can send you the link later through email. I already have your emails for those who have registered to the workshop. طيب 5 minutes كله تكس يعني بس كومنتس مكان واحد بدك تكتب الباقي كله you finished Okay, so I guess most of you have finished this. Probably if you didn't finish it now, you can finish it later. As I said, I will send the link through email to everybody. So at the end, I would like, and on behalf of the DCARE project consortium, I'd like to thank you all for joining us in this workshop. We hope that the delivered speeches and the discussion that was carried out by our distinguished panelists was beneficial and will pave the way for a better environment for collaboration between academia and industry. So we are going to hold several events in the future, similar to this one and related to the project dissemination, where we can share with you our achievements and our progress in the project. So thank you again, and please, as I said, for those who are in the room, we are going to have lunch in the university restaurant. We can go there walking. It is like 5 minutes walking. Thank you. Thank you.